Science Forum for arranging this meet where we get a chance to talk to people who are who are of the who are from the fraternity and who care about the cause. So I thank them and let me explain a big thing that my name is not Mukta Patwardhan, my name is Mukta Dabholkar. I haven't changed my maiden name, and that's like rationalism and feminism when they come together, and so I consider it a little important gesture. So I explain this. Uh, the uh, I'd seen a movie some years back. Its name was The Sun's Room, and in that movie, a father who is a psychoanalyst, he loses his son, and he becomes unable to overcome his grief. But after a few days, he realizes that his son had a girlfriend, and whom he didn't know about, and that girlfriend travels to the place, and the father gets a chance to meet that girlfriend, and he realizes that she is the person whom his son loved as much as he used to love his father, and that makes him a kind of that gives him a kind of peace to associate with a person who was as dear to his son as the son was dear to him. So when I meet people from the fraternity, I get a feel that I'm meeting my father, because these people and their thoughts and the way they try to take the cause forward is uh, was very much dear to my father, who has founded and who has taken forward the Maharashtra Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti. So I think meeting people at such fora helped me for my personal grieving and coping up with my personal loss as well. So I would like to talk about the specific stand with which Maharashtra Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti works. It is a little bit different stand from the usual rationalist organization's stand taken in India as well as world around. What we believe is that it is not necessary to the person who has to work with the Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti does not necessarily have to denounce God or religion. Like it's the one doesn't have to take a stand about all these two things. A person can very well work with Anisa, even if he or she is a believer in the God, because what we think is that what we go by is Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution has given us a right to believe in the religion and believe in the God, and it has given us a duty to, as the person who spoke before me, as he said, it has given us a duty to cherish the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry. So what is our guiding star is the Constitution of India, and we recognize that every person has a right to live with the God and the religion, but what we condemn is the exploitation which arises from different practices which are called to be based on religion. So Anisa has this particular stand, and I think while working in India and maybe at many other places, the people need the religion and God, and if we need to work with the people, and if we want to take a stand as a mass movement, I think that makes our thoughts reachable to people, and makes us more accessible. What we found after Dr. Dabholkar's death was that there was a kind of huge support for this cause. We know that Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti is an organization which has a good and kind of a huge support in Maharashtra from youths. So that is quite a distinguishing character in these days about the social movements. It's a movement. It's not a NGO. It doesn't get any support from any funding agency, government or foreign funding. It collects its money by literally going from door to door and by appealing people. It has 225 almost branches spread across 35 districts of Maharashtra, where almost 1,000 very committed workers and the people who are workers but not very much in day-to-day activity can be up to 5,000. So this structure that Anisa has, we think that that stand we have of about the God and the religion, that has that also has helped us to reach to the people. But still, it isn't so that it has been palliated very easily by the opposing forces. But I would like to illustrate some of the activities with which we go. For example, as we call it, Vidhayak Dharma Chikitsa in Marathi, and in English maybe we can call it as scrutinizing the religion for making it better. So, for example, we have our activities like environment friendly Ganeshotsav. So in Maharashtra, Ganesh festival is a very big occasion for celebration, and like thousands of idols and thousands of all other things happen during that time. So since 1995, we have started we started a drive to, like, first we started a drive to निर्माल्य जो पूजा के फूल होते हैं तो वो you don't throw into the live water, so not to pollute the water. So that was a start, and after that we went to requesting people to not to dip, that is visarjan, not to dip that Ganesh idol into the live well or river or some pond where which water is used and is usable. So that was kind of a, when initially it was started, it was perceived by somebody as something that is against the religion, but there was kind of a mass support which could be generated from the movement, that now this program has been taken up by the government and the municipal corporations and the gram panchayats, where they themselves create artificial tanks where these Ganesh idols could be विसर्जित कर सकते हैं ये Ganesh idols को. So it has been with Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti that we initiated a process by being continuously in dialogue with the society, and then that issue was taken up by the whole society, or the civil society as well as government. So this was the way to approach. In case of Holi also, it has happened that we have in Maharashtra, it is a tradition that during Holi you put chapati, that is a sweet puran poli it is named as, it is thrown into the fire, and thousands of polis are burned this way. So what we used to do is just collect this thousands of offerings which are given into the fire and distribute them to the people who are needy. So these kind of activities, they are Vidhayak Dharma Chikitsa, that it is not necessary that you should follow the religion in a particular way. The rituals which are called as a part of religion is not the core of the religion, because we rather had a consideration of taking a stand that we are the people who are truly religious people, because what we consider religion as the thing which makes us better people. So this is the, for example, during the Diwali season we hold this firecrackers free days, and I would like to share that during 1 year we approach different students from schools, and we ask them to fill up like forms and ask them about how much crackers they won't burn, and almost 30 crores of firecracking was saved, kind of thing. We could reach to so many people. So this is one part of Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti's work, and the other part, which is more activism oriented and which is engaging with the godmen, is engaging against their exploitation. During these years, Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti has fought across and shut the shops of maybe more than 1,000 godmen. And now it has come as a phenomenon in Maharashtra that if somebody has to become a so-called godman, that person has to adopt a different kind of a language for appealing masses. That can be a language of spirituality or something else, but they can no more do magic chamatkara to appeal the masses. So it has been quite a thing in Maharashtra that the person, the god, the so-called godmen, even if they have to appeal the masses, they have to shut their shops of chamatkara. So these are the direct fronts. This is the front where we directly confront the Anisa, directly confront the so-called godmen. And it has a what we have as an outlook is that the as women is a vehicle of superstition, because it has been like it has considered as a duty of a woman to rear the child, kind of a thing. So she is a vehicle through which the superstition is transferred to the next generation, and she is the person who is the victim of the superstition as well. So lot of our work is for making life of women better. So for example, during Navratra Utsav in Maharashtra and maybe all over places, there are the thousands of women. They say that they are possessed by the goddess, and they have a specific way of behaving as goddesses, and these are kind of cultural expressions. But that is not limited to that. They start doing some chamatkaras. They take udi, they take something out of their hand and kind of thing, and because that is the only space where they get the attention, kind of a thing. So we have an attitude. We have a uh, we treat it with empathy. It's not that we condemn this, because this is a place that has culture has offered these women, and we need to create a space where the women will be treated with respect, not for being possessed by the god, but for being a woman. So when we confront at such fronts, we have worked to create a platform where the psychiatrists and psychiatric social workers would be involved to cater to the people's to the women's unexpressed desires, which are so much submerged in her mind that she has to find such cultural means to express them. So such kind of Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti is a has an activity called as Manas Mitra, which is spread across Maharashtra, and through which we try to offer psychological help to the people at the mass level. So this is the kind of activism we involve into, and this is the kind of thought process through which go to deal with it. For example, the alcohol addiction. There are many. Even if you travel by train in Mumbai, or maybe I think everywhere else, you find thousands. You find number of ads where it is written that दारू छुड़ाओ शराब पीने वालों को बिना बताए हुए, give them that kind of a medicine, tie something around his or her hand, and that will be done. There are shops of many godmen who say that you take that person to that godman, and that will शराब से मुक्ति मिल जाएगी फिर. So many women, they are the victims of alcoholism and drug abuse, because of their husband falling prey to this disease. It is named as a disease by World Health Organization. So we have a stand as an organization about drug abuse and alcoholism. We say that if we are rational, we should not abuse, and we should not be addicted to the substance abuse. So this is a stand where we say that the people who need the treatment for alcoholism, this is the way, like these are the routes through which alcoholism can be treated in a medical manner. So that way also we try to cater to the needs of the women and empathize with the women, and reform the social scenario which leads more to the exploitation of women, as obviously they are the weaker sections of the society. So this is the way we have been working, and it is evident that this is not tolerated by many forces. So maybe they are the godmen who have stakes of thousands of crores in the business kind of a thing, and at the same time there are people who are fundamentalist, who don't want people to be rational and behave according to the reason. They have their huge political interests into it. So throughout the process of the movement, we face kind of threats and violence. We have faced a lot of threats and violence, and my father also used to receive a lot many threats throughout his life. He never used to share with anybody, because that was a part of the game kind of a thing. If you are standing in the society with these views, it is evident that there are people who won't tolerate this. But the threats were up till this event. We had an anticipation that the threats would be more in the form of nishad, and like making your faces black while you are holding meetings, and banning the meetings and kind of things, and or entering into some bodily physical fight. It wasn't anticipated that there could be some such kind of attack where a person won't be given a chance to defend, and where it was done from the backside, and I think the first bullet only was enough to shot the person dead. So this is the social scenario at the backdrop of which any rationalist and reformist movement has to work, and we also are a part of it and have to face this. So what we are doing is like what I feel is that with the people who all believe in reason, and who believe that we need to we need to defend secularism, and we need religion to be followed at the personal level, and not have its repercussions in the public domain. So we feel support by the people who like express their feelings through actions and come together to share this with us. So I am given this chance of sharing this with all of you. At the last, I would like to say that even if the name of the organization in Marathi is Maharashtra Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti, Nirmulan is the word that means Unmulan in Hindi, and English it can mean as eradication. So the organization doesn't work for eradicating anything. It actually works eradicating in anything. Something is just a tool, but instilling reason and instilling a rational way of living is the basis for which the organization works. Maybe many of you would have seen a movie by Christopher Nolan, that is Inception. That the whole process is like you incept some dream into the mind of some person, and then that dream takes the hold of the thought process of the person, and the rest of the thing is done by the dream. So what I think is that what Andhshraddha Nirmulan Samiti and my father has tried to do is that instill that dream in the minds of youth and people, that society could be changed with reason. And what we experienced after my father's death was that it could really be changed with reason. There is a hope for changing the society with the help of the reason, because what the larger political parties and anybody believes is that the society could be organized around the lines of caste, religion, around the lines of economic interest. But the huge support that the organization and the cause got after my father's brutal assassination says that the people understand the voice of reason. The common person who is not attached to any rationalist organization understands the cause of reason. So what I think is that that's the good thing, and the bad thing that we have come to realize after this assassination is that the common man in this country can listen to the voice of reason and can be maybe organized around the causes related to reason. And I think that is the hope with which we all will take the cause forward. I thank you for listening to me and giving me this chance to talk to you. Thank you.